Hello and very good morning to all of you. So, we are beginning with the accountancy second part. Okay, as you all know, that altogether there are 6 lessons starting with share capital, then debentures, then analysis of final account, then analysis ratio, and cash flow statement. Total 6 chapters here. ફર્સ્ટ ચેપ્ટર જે છે અકાઉન્ટિંગ ફોર શેર કેપિટલ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ. Now, as far as the weightage of this chapter is concerned, the weightage is of total 10 marks. There will be one MCQ, okay, there will be one VSQ of 1 mark and one sum of 8 mark. MCQ, VSQ, 1 mark. The total as per board weightage, total weightage to this chapter is of 10 marks. What exactly we have to learn in this chapter is this many points you can see. Introductions, that is company, types of company, share capital, its meaning, steps for issue of equity share, over subscription, under subscription, IPO, FPO, methods of for issue, share capital transactions. This will be the main, that is what will be the accounting entry and any related બધા topics that we are going to study in this chapter. The chapter is little lengthy, time consuming, okay, અને બહુ minute questions જે છે ઝીણા અંદરથી પૂછાય છે, so you all prepare it accordingly. So first thing, we try to understand the concept of company. See, company forms came into existence after industrial revolution due to limitations of proprietorship and partnership in carrying out business on a large scale. Okay, we know that sole proprietorship and partnership, there were some limitations of capital, limitations of risk taking ability, limitations of manpower. These all are limitations of partnership and proprietorship. So to overcome this limitation, the company forms came into existence. In the modern age, capital is required for the business. So company collects its own capital from several persons. A joint stock company is an association of persons that has an objective of carrying out some business for profit. Company has a separate legal existence by law. Incorporation, management and winding up of company are governed by the provisions of Companies Act. In India, first time a separate act for a company was made in 1956. Remember this date. This was the first time that the act came into existence, which is known as Companies Act 1956. Recently, Indian government has incorporated New Companies Act 2013 after amendment in previous act. તો અત્યારે જે એપ્લિકેબલ કંપનીઝ એક્ટ છે, that is Companies Act 2013. This chapter deal how company raises the capital. It's discussed several points in reference and their accounting effect in the company's book as per Companies Act 2013. Okay, now first thing is we discuss types of company. Indiaની અંદર તમે વિચારો કે કઈ ટાઈપની કંપનીઝ જે છે એ શરૂ થઈ શકે. તો બેઝિકલી બેઝડ ઓન એસ્ટાબ્લિશમેન્ટ there are 2 types of company based on establishment. Either it is a statutory company or it is a registered company. Statutory companies કોને કહેવાય? These companies are or corporations are created by the special act of central or state legislature. For example, LIC, okay, New India Insurance Company, Gujarat State Finance Corporation, Gujarat State Civil Supplies, etc. એટલે કે જે કંપની પાર્લામેન્ટમાં બની હોય, they are called statutory company or corporation. Okay, and those companies which are registered under Companies Act, they are called registered companies. See, the companies which are registered and formed under the Companies Act are called registered companies. Most of the companies are of this type. આપણે જે કંપનીની વાત કરી છે, that we are talking about registered companies. Statutory companyનું study જે છે, that you will have at higher stage later on. As per Indian Companies Act, there are 2 main types of companies. Registered company વાત કરી છે. Either it is a private company or it is a public company. Now what is called private company and public company? એ બે સમજી લો. A private company is one which by its article of association રિસ્ટ્રિક્ટ ધ રાઇટ ટુ ટ્રાન્સફર ઓફ શેર. પહેલો પોઈન્ટ એ છે કે એના શેર્સ જે છે ટ્રાન્સફર ન થઈ શકે. લિમિટ ધ નંબર ઓફ મેમ્બર્સ ટુ 200, મેક્સિમમ મેમ્બર્સ 200 હોય. પ્રોહિબિટ એની ઇન્વિટેશન્સ ટુ પબ્લિક ટુ સબસ્ક્રાઇબ ફોર એની સિક્યુરિટીઝ દેટ ઇઝ શેર્સ ઓર ડિવેન્ચર્સ એન્ડ મસ્ટ હેવ એટલીસ્ટ 2 મેમ્બર. એટલે એઝ પર એઝ મેમ્બર ઇઝ કન્સર્ન મિનિમમ 2, મેક્સિમમ 200. એના શેર્સ જે છે ટ્રાન્સફરેબલ નથી અને પબ્લિકને ઇન્વિટેશન્સ ન આપી શકે શેર્સ પરચેસ કરવા માટે. ધીઝ કંપનીઝ આર કોલ્ડ પ્રાઇવેટ કંપની. ધ નેમ ઓફ કંપની એન્ડ્સ વિથ ધ વર્ડ private limited. Okay, if it is a private company, you can see they have to use the word private limited. For example, Panchvila Cotton Private Limited, Apex Hydro Private Limited, and a private word add કરવો પડે, બરાબર. As per Companies Act, one person can form a company under the necessary legal provision. Any one person can have one person company, that is OPC, which has only one member. It is a company incorporated as private company. Okay. One person company, એક જણો બી કંપની શરૂ કરી શકે as per the latest provision, બરાબર. Public company. A company which is not a private company is called public company. જો ડેફિનેશન્સ કઈ રીતના આપી છે, a company which is not a private company, એટલે પ્રાઇવેટ કંપનીના જે રિસ્ટ્રિક્શન્સ છે એ તમે કાઢી નાખો તો પછી જે વધી that is called public company. A public company must have 7 members at least. There is no restriction on maximum number of members. The name of public company ends with word limited. For example, Karnavati Textile Limited, Infosys Technology Limited. Okay. તો આપણે જે ડિસ્કસ કરવાનું છે મેઇનલી ઇટ ઇઝ ઓફ પબ્લિક કંપની આખા ચેપ્ટરમાં જે છે. અને બેઝડ ઓન લાયબિલિટી ઓફ મેમ્બર, okay, there are 3 types of company: company limited by share, company limited by guarantee, and company by unlimited liability. આમાં તે આ બે આપણે ડિસ્કસ નથી કરવું. કંપની લિમિટેડ બાય શેર, we know in this company liability of shareholder is limited up to the extent of face value of shares held by them. Most of the companies are of this kind. કારણ કે કંપની શરૂ જ એટલે થાય કે બિકોઝ ઓફ મેઇન એટ્રેક્શન ઓફ કંપની ઇઝ લિમિટેડ લાયબિલિટી. તો આ લિમિટેડ લાયબિલિટીનો કન્સેપ્ટથી જ કંપનીનું ફોર્મેટ જે છે એ સક્સેસફુલ ગયું. ઓકે, સો ઇન ધીસ ચેપ્ટર વી વિલ ડિસ્કસ કંપની લિમિટેડ બાય શેર્સ. આ એનો ચાર્ટ તમને આપ્યો છે. નાઉ વોટ ઇઝ કોલ્ડ શેર એન્ડ શેર કેપિટલ. Capital of company is called share capital, which can be divided into transferable small denomination. Each unit is known as share. Share નો મતલબ ટેકનિકલી શું થયો? શેર મીન્સ પાર્ટ. ટોટલ કેપિટલ જે છે એનો સ્મોલ પાર્ટ જે છે દેટ ઇઝ કોલ્ડ શેર, અને કમ્બાઇન્ડલી ઇટ ઇઝ કોલ્ડ શેર કેપિટલ. To raise capital, company issue prospectus as required by the law, invite public to purchase share. Those who purchase shares are called member of company or shareholder. As long as the shares are held by this person, he is shareholder or co-owner of the company. For shareholder who has purchased or is in possession of share, indicate the proportion of his ownership in the company. Each share is allotted a distinct number. Share is an asset which is movable and transferable. This is from investor's point of view. Share is an asset which is movable and transferable. According to Companies Act, company can issue 2 types of share. One is preference share and one is equity share. આ બેનો બેઝિક તમને આઈડિયા આપી દઉં. Preference share is which one gives preferential rights to its holder for receiving the dividend as specified rate before any dividend paid to equity shareholder. When company goes into liquidation, preference shareholder has the preferential right for the repayment of capital before equity shareholder. Okay, means preference word ઉપરથી preference shares તમે સમજી શકો. These preference shares holder are given preferential right in 2 things. બે વસ્તુમાં એને રાઇટ છે. એક તો એને ડિવિડન્ડ પહેલાં મળે અને રીપેમેન્ટ ઓફ કેપિટલ ઇક્વિટીની પહેલાં થાય. ઓકે, આ ટાઈપ્સ ઓફ પ્રેફરન્સ શેર્સ તમારે એઝ પર રિવાઇઝ સિલેબસ એ નીકળી ગયું છે, બરાબર. ઇક્વિટી ઓર ઓર્ડિનરી શેર્સ, તો અહીંયા બી જુઓ The shares which are not preference shares are known as equity share. Equity shareholder have voting right in the company's meeting. Dividend on equity share which is decided by the board of director and approved by the shareholder in the general meeting is given only out of profit remaining after distributions of dividend on preference shares at fixed rate. Okay, company gives dividend on equity shares every year on the basis of current year's profit, okay, profit of previous year, accumulated reserve, possibility of future profit and also management policy of company. એટલે dividend જે છે compulsory નથી, it depends on these many factors. Okay, difference between shares and capital એ એક તમે જોઈ લેજો. In next lecture we will discuss the types of share capital. આ point હું તમને સમજાવીશ which is very important. Okay, ચલો, thank you.